Well, this one's been a long time coming. Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason here, welcoming you to my Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. For those of you who, didn't already know, way back in, I think, 2018, I had started an LP on Xenoblade Chronicles. It got like 25 episodes in. I lost the footage of one certain episode because I was still using Elgato at the time to record, and I would lose footage. And that kind of just fell through, and I was never able to finish that LP. And then Definitive Edition got announced and got released, which is an upgraded and much better looking complete version of the game. And it adds an extra story to it as well. Sorry about that. But, yeah. This is my second attempt to do this game justice. I swear I will do it justice. I will finish this game. I finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is like twice as long as this game, in my opinion. It's like over 200 hours. And so, yeah. I'm gonna do this game justice. So, I guess without further ado, as I've stated, this is going to be a complete version of the entire game, Definitive Edition. So I'm going to be covering the main story, and then we're going to be covering the extra story that came with the game. I'm going to be doing everything, all the side quests that I can, everything. So, without further ado, let's start. Oh, yes, something to talk about, I guess, before we get started here. If you own Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you get a starting bonus of 100,000 G. It's interesting because, like, it makes me basically like, oh, I've played my favorite game of all time. Yeah, I'm curious if the next Xenoblade's gonna do something like this, but we'll see.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then two great titans came into existence. The Bionis and the Mechonis. The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained. Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Retreat! Retreat! Get away from me! Retreat! No retreat! The Mechon's unknown! No! No!
they're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Young man, we've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two. We've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving.
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching.
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah. Ha. What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
Battle Introduction 1. Press L or R to target a monster. Alright, so we just gotta head up here. We can target an enemy there. Battle Introduction 2. Target an enemy to display the battle palette. Select the fight icon and press A to start the battle. Alright, so we target this mech on M72. Approach target to auto attack. If you are too far from a monster, you can't attack it. Yes, so we have to walk up to a monster. We have to get right up close and personal with it. That's how we're going to be able to do most of our damage. Using arts. Select art with left or right and press A to confirm. When it says this, it means like your left and right D-pad sticks. Like not the control stick. You cannot use an art in the following circumstances. If you're out of range of this art, or this condition for this art is not. The conditions for this art are not met, basically meaning the art is not filled up, so you can't use them. You can select from two different arcs. Monado Enhance, or Enchant, which powers up the party members, and Monado Buster, which deals major damage to the enemy. Yes, so if we go ahead and choose Monado Enchant, this allows Dunban and Mumkar to be able to attack the Mechon as well as us, because right now they couldn't do that. They'd only give off 1 damage. And Monado Buster is basically like a power move. You can use it to take down Mechon for massive damage. You know, rinse and repeat. Okay, let's go. Let's go Monado Enchant again. Alright, we got one more to deal with. There we go. But obviously that's not it. We got one last big boy to deal with. The Mechon M82. Which, are they still enchanted? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give them Monado Enchant, because I think they're not enchanted right now. See if we can get our Buster up. Let's go for that final attack.
You gotta be kidding.
It's their main force. Looks like the Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out.
They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, let's even the odds a bit. You heard him. Dixon, Munka, let's do this.
Going down that easily. Tomban, you alright?
What does it look like? I'm still good to go.
Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually.
Mumka, what are you doing? That way is...
Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Mumka, you dirty...
Now, don't worry. I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys.
Wait!
Huh? If this is a joke, it ain't funny. Looks like this is it. At least we know our luck can't get any worse from here. Dumban?
Dixon, take care of the survivors.
Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine! Oh no, please! No!
Vile Mechon. If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
A Mechon M71? I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Oh, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shoot! Rhine! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arms to finish it off.
Mechon Wreckage Site. The HP gauge. When the HP gauge is depleted, the character will become incapacitated. Select an art with left and right and press A to confirm. Use backslash to deal damage. Shulk's arts, backslash. Restore HP with light heal. Select who will be healed. Yes, so backslash also works as a type of art that you have to hit him from the back. Oh. You cannot use the same art repeatedly. Cooldown begins, cannot be used. Once the cooldown period is finished, you can use the art again. After a set amount of time, the cooldown is complete. But yeah, it's basically something like backslash is kind of self-explanatory. You hit an enemy in the back and you deal more damage. It's basically how you're going to get off critical hits. Using talent arts. Each character has a special art called a talent art. Select the talent art icon and press A to use it. It's the same difference as a regular art. It's going to take some time to fill up the talent gauge. So, let's go ahead and use ours. Inflict break. I'm going to go ahead and use light heal because right now I'm... right now I was almost dead. Anyway, defeating enemies will drop treasure chests. Press A to open it and take the loot. Yes, so we get items from enemies. So that's why enemies will be very important to fight. The green ring stops you escaping. Defeat the monster to make the ring disappear. Yep, so we still have another monster to take down. We have this common caterpillar. Let's go ahead and take it down. I'm gonna go ahead and... Aggro and positioning. Be aware of aggro during battle. Aggro is the measure of a monster's feeling of animosity towards each party member. The more damage that a monster takes from a party member, the greater the aggro towards that member. If a member of the party becomes the target of a monster's wrath, an aggro ring will appear around them. Shulk's backslash deals more damage if he attacks from behind the monster, as I was saying earlier. This is called an art's bonus effect. When you're in a position to gain the art's bonus effect, it'll be helpfully highlighted for you as a chance art. This is where an exclamation point will appear. Use the aggro rings to help find the best position. When an aggro ring appears around Ryan, Shulk has the best chance to use backslash from the rear. If successful, and the bonus effect condition is met, the damage value will be displayed in a explosion? I guess that's what you call that? Yes, that didn't work because he turned around right during that little bit of a cutscene with the tutorial. So I couldn't exactly get off that skill. But see, Ryan's got the aggro.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony is going to be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
Follow the dotted path to advance the story. The path to the next main story objective is displayed on the minimap, the guideline panel. You can switch the minimap to full screen mode by pressing L. Check the story memo. Press ZR to display the guidance panel in the bottom right of the screen, allowing you to check the story memo. Press ZR while the guidance panel is open to close the story memo. You can use the camera to move around. Press ZL to display additional camera controls. Saving, it's pretty simple. Press plus. You cannot save during battles or story events, however you can save in most other situations. This game also includes an autosave feature, something that wasn't in the original Xenoblade Chronicles. You have an autosave feature which will basically be displayed by an autosave icon, and it'll automatically save at certain points. But if we want to do something different, we're going to have to save before we do that. Alright, yeah, the autosave feature will be displayed by that icon. Then we got how we can view tutorials. And the event theater, which basically lets us look at cutscenes. Oh, we got an infinity coin. Let's go ahead and grab this treasure chest. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I want to kind of take a moment here to go over exactly what's a little different than the original. As I'm sure before I took those videos down, you probably saw some of the original. If not, you've watched Conroy's Let's Play of the original Xenoblade Chronicles, so I kind of want to show off a little bit of what's different. Well, for one thing, the story memo button is here. You always can figure out what exactly you need to do. The active quest feature, this will basically be when we start getting into the game and accepting quests, this will allow you to see what quests you have activated at the time and what you need to do for it. Story memo will obviously tell you about what you're doing in the story and where your objective will take you. Pressing plus brings up the save menu, which, you know, has save, load, expert mode, which limits experience gain and adjusts characters' levels. We're not going to do that at all. I may show off expert mode at some point, but not at this current moment. Tutorials, obviously, we can look at the tutorials again if need be. Options let you change various settings. You can display the English language. You can actually change this to Japanese, and I've done that before. But you have to like reset everything to do it. You can change the brightness, but we don't really need that because this game is gorgeous, and if we make it any brighter, it's not going to be gorgeous anymore. And then you have the title screen option, which allows you to, you know, just quit playing and go to the title screen. But if we press X, X will bring up a menu, the main menu. Now I love this main menu. Why? Because it makes me think of Kingdom Hearts 3. And a lot of games have been choosing to do this type of menu system, and I love it. Where you display these characters, you know, like sitting there and moving around and doing different things in these icons. It's how Kingdom Hearts 3 was, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake did the same exact things. And so I really like that Nintendo decided to kind of follow that trend, because it does make it kind of unique for these characters instead of just having the display the full character like they did. I don't know, that's just me. Anyway, we have an equipment option, which allows us to, you know, change our equipment around if we want. Appearance is actually something new to this game. If you have the items, which we don't, as we get more items from throughout the story, like new equipment, new outfits, and everything, we can select to have them displayed as what we are in at all times. Now, this does not mean that you have to have those like outfits equipped in order to have like the effects of certain items on. No, basically it displays. Say like we had a different shirt for Shulk on, but we wanted to have his red jacket that he's most known for in Smash Brothers and any other part of the internet. Well, we could go down here and click display like this. Say we wanted to, you know, not have him have his thing, but we still wanted to have the effects of it, of his colony shirt. Well, we just click this, and he will be displayed without a shirt in all cutscenes and all little you know, like other side things. I don't know. I'm trying to like explain it the best I can, but basically he will be. This is how he appeared. It makes some pretty funny cutscenes, but it also makes cutscenes, serious cutscenes, a little weird. So I'm not going to be messing around with this too much. Maybe later on when, you know, there's a specific type of clothing I'd love to keep on, but I want to have the effects of another piece of clothing, then maybe I'll do that. But as of right now, we're fine the way we are. And the same goes for Ryan. Ryan's got the same thing, except Ryan has the option to change his weapon, and that is something we'll get into a little later. It kind of has a little spoilers for Shulk. But we have the area map, which will allow us to see the areas that we are in. Currently, this is our objective. Here's a bunch of quest options, all that jazz. And there's collectibles, like items, and the achievements, which, yeah. It's a lot of achievements to go for. 150. Yeah, we're not going to be covering all those achievements. I will try my best to go over all of them, but I will not be taking care of all of them. Anyway, let's go ahead and finally get on our way. So we have some new enemies. We have little bunnets. This could be a bit of a disaster, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, we have a chance. Okay. Oh, what? I thought he was... Whatever. Okay, I need to heal Shulk. Okay, Ryan's got both of these enemies aggroed onto him. So we're gonna have to get rid of one of them. Let's go for Turn Strike. See if I can get the aggro off. Let's go for a backslash. Finish him off. As you heard there, that is what I guess you can call post-battle comments. Basically, at the end of every battle, there are certain unique comments that we display between certain characters, or just random comments that, you know, are said at the end of a battle. Like Ryan's like, "Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?" Yeah, like that'll be displayed like constantly just at the end of a battle, or we'll have a unique conversation between certain characters. I'm gonna try to show off each one of these, but there's no promises because they're just there's kind of just so many of them. Alright, so we have a little Skeeter here, and I think this might be the last new enemy, because the only other ones in this path, I think, are Caterpiles, and we've already gotten over a big one, so we don't really need to show off a small one. So I think what I'm going to do here is we'll fight these two enemies, go up to that blue orb, because that's going to be something I want to go over, and then I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to where... To where, like, I have fought all these enemies and, you know, gotten us up some levels. Oh, one last thing. As you saw there, as soon as we had, like, a break, which I think Ryan actually, I don't think I can show Ryan's arts. But there was a break and then a topple. I think the tutorial also went over this, but just to make some... Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, like, something's going on with my freaking throat or something. Like, I'm getting ready to burp or something, and it just don't want to come out. But, anyway. What that is it's like a, combination attack, if you will. I don't exactly remember the name of it. Oh, we got a level up. Oh, and we learned a new art. It's actually really good. Yes, anytime you level up, there's a chance that you learn a new art, but with each level up, you also get an affinity coin. The affinity coins are used for something that we'll go over later. The arts you learn will fill up your area. There are more arts than what you have. Like, there's usually 9 arts, I think, that can be displayed at once in the battle commands, but, like, as of right now, we only have like 4. But anyway, back to what I was talking about with the whole thing, the whole like kind of break topple thing. You can do basically combos with that. You can have someone use break and then use topple. And you might remember this from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had the same type of thing where you would use break, use topple, and then use launch. And that's how you get off some good combos. Anyway, I seem to be explaining a lot more than I need to, but I just want to, make sure everybody understands, because the game, as much as the tutorials are good, it doesn't go over that stuff early on, and I think that's something you should go over early on in the game. Anyway, we have an item here. Collectopedia. We have gather collectibles. The latest addition to your collection can be registered in the Collectopedia. Fill in a row or collect all the items in an area to receive a reward. Access the Collectopedia from the menu. Yes, so, in the collectibles area, we have the Collectopedia. You basically find item orbs throughout the entirety of an area, and you fill up these slots. I will be doing this. I will be trying to get every single item in every single area. But I will not be, you know, just doing it all right away. Because there are side quests, obviously it's an RPG, but there are side quests that require certain items, and I don't want to screw myself out of side quests just to fill up the Collectopedia. I'd rather wait till I have all the side quests that the items that need these items before I fill in the Collectopedia, or at least before we leave the area for the first time. Just so that way I can, you know, make sure that I have everything in the Collectopedia. And I can also make sure that I have no upcoming side quests that may need these items. Anyway, we are now getting up to the point where there's a whole bunch of enemies here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut here, and I'm gonna see you guys after I level up a bit and fight all these enemies. Okay, so I guess not so much cutting here, but that was a silver treasure chest. There are different types of chests, and usually the better the chest is, the better items you get from a enemy. These types of items are usually used for quests. I wanted to, you know, get in here and say something about it because it was, you know, right there. There are brown chests, which are the regular chests. There are the silver chests, which have some rare items, and then there's the gold chests, which have some even more rare items and some pieces of equipment. Yeah. That's basically all I want to say there, but other thing, we have an art for Shulk called Slit Edge. You attack from the side to lower physical defense. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. And that didn't quite work because he moved out of the way. But yeah, that's basically the extent of Slit Edge. But yeah, he moved out of the way before I could give off that effect. Or, you know, change the aggro, dude. Like, come on, man. Alright. Anyway, back to seeing you guys after I defeat all these enemies. Okay, I think we're down to our last enemy here, and as you can see, time changes a lot in this game. Basically what I'm meaning, without sounding so stupid, there is a time mechanic in this game, and it actually works the way you think it would. For one thing, we leveled up, but basically there are certain quests that can be given at night, there are some that can be given during the day, there can be some that's given at certain times. And you're probably thinking, well, how do we determine this time? Well, right there. Or I guess, how do you determine this time? How do you change the time? Excuse me. See, you can change it right back to 10 AM, which is when I think we started our little fiasco. And you can see some of the enemies actually respawned. And actually, no, that's false. Some of the enemies weren't here. That's the other thing about day and night cycles, is that the enemies, there are certain enemies that will appear here at night, and certain enemies that will appear here during the day. So, like example, the common caterpillar and the skeeter will appear here during the day, whereas you'll find the bunnet here at night. Not saying that the bunnet wouldn't have already been here, but he's the only one that was here. I think that might actually be due to the animals being based off of, like, insects and actual, you know, animals. So they might actually be taking the animals, like, habitats and ways of life into account. I don't know. I'm not a biologist, or, you know, I'm not one who studies animals, so I have no experience on that, so I'm kind of talking out my ass there. But alright, we are almost to Colony 9. There are a few enemies ahead of us, but I think we're gonna get... Oh, are we not? I thought we would have gotten triggered by the cutscene already. Because I have been in a place where I've had an enemy that I wanted to fight, but a cutscene was triggered. Nope, I guess we still got some other ones that we can fight. Yeah, and as you level up, your strength gets stronger and you can defeat enemies faster. Okay, we're gonna have blue chain there. Ah, here we go. Welcome to Colony 9.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right. See you later.
Shops. Visiting the shops. Every shopkeeper has a, I guess, circus hat or circus tent above their head. Selling loot. Make money by defeating monsters and selling your loot to a shop. Accepting quests. Press A to talk to anyone with an exclamation mark above their head. Complete the quests they give to receive money, experience, or items. Trading. You can trade with certain individuals. Some will gladly take an item you don't need in exchange for a rare item. Enjoy quests and trading alongside the story. The story will progress even if you don't do any trading or complete any quests. However, using these features may give you an advantage in the game. Yes, I don't care if you don't do every single quest in Xenoblade. I personally think, and it's something for Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. This was an item I wasn't meaning to grab. We have a wedding ring. This will come up later, and we will complete a quest accidentally by doing it. But basically, I recommend, even in Xenoblade 2, to complete all the quests that you can, because they reward you with good amount of experience and money, which you need to buy items and buy equipment. But not only that, you do level up faster, and you will get, you know, some arts, and even your, like, maximum stats will raise, and I think that's very helpful, especially later on in the game when things get a little, you know, tough. Anyway, we're here in the commercial district. If we come up this way, we have the landmark Ether Light. We also have this girl named Marcia. You do not want to talk to her yet. These are what we call name NPCs. They are the ones that have unique quests. The ones that are, say, nope, that's Sonia. Right here, the Colony 9 residents. Anyone with this type of name, there's resident, Defense Force soldiers, they will have what's called a common quest, or a generic quest. Basically, they will require you to go get something, or defeat something, whether it's monsters, going looking for a certain item that was lost, going collecting certain items through item warps, or just, I guess, basically running an errand for them. These ones can actually be completed on the spot. You do not have to come back and talk to the person to finish the quest. The named NPCs, however, are ones that you usually have to. Anyway, let's go ahead and go into the shop. We can talk about buying items. You can select the item you wish and to buy, and press A to buy it. Press L and R to select a character and display for their stats would be the item equipped. Remember to equip purchased items by selecting change equipment from the menu. So we have some items here that we can't really buy. I mean, we could, but like we don't have Ryan in the party, and these are meant for him. This is another piece of equipment that we can't buy because we don't have another person in the party. However, we can look at these and see which ones would be beneficial to us. In our case, the 9 cap would. This one, I think... Yeah, we've got other ones which stats may look different. Like here, go ahead and get this. Do we have any other ones? The protector amulets. Thing is, I don't think I want this. I think I'm gonna go with the 9 cuffs. Okay, the 9 bottoms. And the 9 shoes. These are also what's called art books. They basically will allow you to learn further levels of these arts, and that's how you'll level up your arts to make them stronger. We don't need to get any of these right now. I would not recommend buying any of these art books right now, and I will explain why a little later. But as right now, just avoid buying these art books because they're really not anything you need to buy. Okay, let's go into our change equipment here. Here's where we can talk about changing our equipment. So, go ahead and change it into these or I guess into these pieces of equipment we bought. And we actually, I think, picked up 9 bottoms without even realizing it, but this one has an empty slot. We will go over what slots do later on. Oh, we have like, Jesus, I didn't even realize we had like 4 different pairs of 9 shoes. But yeah, so that takes care of that. Now what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and sell these items. So we already have like a few pairs of these items. I'm just going to sell the ones that we equipped to ourselves. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell these because they don't have an item slot. Now let's go ahead and sell all these 9 shoes that we don't need. These will be gone over later. These will also be gone over later. These are collectibles. You can sell these. But we have some item parts that we don't really need. So I'm going to go ahead and sell... Or actually, no. No, actually, I'm not going to sell these. And the reason why is because I believe there are actually certain quests that require some of these items. So I think I'm going to save these for now. We may sell them in the future, but not right now. So, next what I want to do, I want to talk to some of these NPCs. My niece asked me to get her something cute. I just wish I was better at finding stuff like that. Will you help me? Yes, we have to find 2 rabid diodes in Colony 9. This is a collection quest. You can view quests in the quest log. Basically, what you have to do for collection quests, you have to collect items in the form of item orbs, like I said before. Let's see if we can find some other generic quest givers. Like I said, the main way you're going to be able to tell the difference between a unique quest giver and a generic quest giver is that unique quest givers have a name to the NPC. They are named NPCs, and the colony, like the generic ones, will always have, you know, the area. I guess not really an area name displayed, but like they're basically from the area. They're not like unique name. It's just like, oh, Colony 9 resident or Defense Force soldier, something like that. Here we have a challenge quest. Challenge quests, I actually think I didn't even mention this, or I did, but it wasn't like specific. Challenge quests require you to defeat a certain type of enemy, known as a unique monster. So, they aren't as challenging as later on in the game, but we are going to go over them as much as we can. Okay, we have Colony 9 resident there, Colony 9 resident here. This is a search quest. We have to find a missing item. Is there any more things we can grab? We got Gem Man's stall here. Are there any other things around here? No, there are not. Alright. Here we have another guy. What does he got for it? Ah, monster quests. These will have us defeating a certain number of a specific type of monster. Then most of them have different parts. So, you kind of want to talk to the same NPC a few times because they usually can have up to, I think, 5 parts? I don't know why, but they just do. What do you have for us?
Hello.
Fang teeth. Oh, material quest. This is another type of quest. We had a collection quest which requires us to collect certain items. Material quests require us to collect items from certain enemies. So that's something to look out for with the kind of the difference between certain items. Okay. I'm pressing minus because I'm thinking that's going to pull up the map. If we look at our map here, press the L stick down, we can see that there's an red exclamation points over there. What those are is something new to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I think is very helpful with newcomers to the game. It displays item orbs that are the required item you need for a quest, but also the exclamation points are also for search quests, and they are the items you need to complete certain, like, search quests or material quests. Not material quests, collection quests. No, just search quests. Never mind. Yeah. So, I think that's really nice, and I do like that Definitive Edition adds that in, that you can basically see what items you need. Shulk got a level up just by going through landmarks. Yes, not only can you get experience from questing and battling, you can also get experience from exploring the areas around you. You will find landmarks, they will give plenty of experience. You find locations, they'll also give experience. Landmarks are places you can teleport to, or I guess skip travel, because you're not really teleporting, you're basically, the characters are running from one place to another. It's just so fast that, you know, it's like a warp. But yeah, that's basically the extent of everything that I can talk about in the ways of questing, experience, and all that jazz. So let's go ahead and head to the weapon development lab. Oh, now it's going to tell about landmarks and locations. Thanks, game, I already did that. Discovering landmarks, colonies features landmarks and locations, places of interest, important places, and hidden areas. Find all the landmarks and locations in the area to open up the complete map. As this fortress entrance.
You idiots! What the hell are you playing at?
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the Force?
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered.
But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine, they win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform. Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots! Move it!
Yes, sir.
Get the artillery back to the military district, double time! Then I want 1,000,000 press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Colonel, we can't move the artillery.
What? You better give a damn good reason why.
Sir, the impact of the crash damaged the ether conduction cable. The ether fuel proceeded to leak out, and now the cylinder is empty.
Well, change the cylinder then. Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve.
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers.
Same old Colonel. At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
You know, I'm glad that I can never join the military, because I cannot imagine having a sergeant like that. Or I guess a colonel like that. Anyway, yes, we are now in the military district. Here we will find who I was talking about, the Defense Force soldiers that will also have quests for us, like monster quests. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these real quick, because I think it's very important to us. I will also be going over other side quests as well. Like, there are some we missed because I didn't change the time of day to match, like, say, nighttime, and I want to keep things at least, you know, into the daytime for the time being, because we're going to be mostly doing story stuff for the time being. So, yeah. So, we're just going to go around here a little bit, explore. Here we got a named NPC. You actually, a good rule of thumb is to talk to every character you come across. Exception to, like, Defense Force soldiers, because they're generic. But talking to every named NPC you come across can actually be helpful to you, because some of their quests actually won't activate until you talk to them. But we'll be going over that at a later time when we actually start completing named NPC quests. Alright, do you got any more quests for us? No? Anything back here for us? Doesn't look like it. Do we have any more side quests to pick up? Nope, nothing but in here. So, let's come in here and talk to this... we're at the Weapon Development Lab. Talk to this Colony 9 resident. And I believe it's another material quest, yes. And we actually have one of two of these items that they need. But anyway, let's just head back down further into the Weapon Development Lab and go do whatever Shulk likes to do.
Alright, Shulk. How are you?
Dixon! When did you get back to Colony 9?
Just now. I see you've been busy. Looks like your Monado research has been going well. I made the right choice leaving you in charge.
Your research notes really helped.
So, you can activate it now then.
Well, anyone can activate it. The problem is controlling it.
Yeah, for everyone except him.
Yes. If anyone other than Dunban were able to control the Monado, we could surpass any military force in the world.
You think so? What are these hidden functions you mention?
It's still only conjecture, but it's starting to look like the Monado might be something far more significant than just a weapon for defeating Mechon.
I see. And the evidence to support your theory?
It's the symbol that appears in the center when it's activated. What I know is, the central piece is made from multi-layered glass. The symbol appears on the top layer, and each layer is constructed differently.
So it's possible that other symbols could appear on different layers.
Which means...
the Monado might conceal even more power. Am I right?
If we could just... unlock the Monado's power.
Dunban! Dunban!
Prioritize the most civilians! Come on, get a move on!
Dunban!
Don't look like that. I haven't come yet. Shulk. It was the Monado. It was controlling me. Even so, it saved us. Saved our future. Next, it will be up to you.
Dunban.
Well, I better get the supplies delivered to the Defense Force. I'll drop round the HQ and see how they're getting on.
Okay then. I'll see you later.
Shulk, you're spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty. You should get out, get some fresh air once in a while. All right, I'm off.